Hello, and thanks for joining me. I haven't been in the kitchen for a while, but today I'm going to make some blueberry muffins. I have my muffin pan line. It makes 12 muffins. And here are the ingredients. You're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and you're going to want to sift these ingredients. So I'm going to pour this in my sifter. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of salt. Now that's all of my dry ingredients. My wet ingredients, it's going to be 2 eggs, 1 cup of milk, a half a teaspoon, well 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, I'm sorry, and 2 cups of blueberries. I'm using frozen blueberries, but I'll let them thaw. So let me get this sifted together and I'll come back. Okay, now I have my 2 cups of flour. I have my 1 cup of sugar, my 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, in this bowl right here, all my dry ingredients. Now you're going to need 2 eggs. I can't clean up a mess today. You're going to need 2 eggs, and you're going to put these in a separate bowl with your wet ingredients. You're going to need a half a cup of melted butter. You're going to need, I'll get to the streusel in just a second. You're going to whip your eggs together. You're going to need a topping for this. The topping is going to be 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of cold butter. And I have all that over there. So you're going to mix up your eggs. You're going to put your cupcake, preheat your oven to 400. You're going to line your muffin pan with liners. In a large bowl, sift together your 2 cups of flour, your 1 cup of sugar, your baking powder, your salt, and set that aside. In a medium bowl, whisk together an egg till smooth. And then you're going to add your 1/2 cup of butter, your milk, and your vanilla, and whisk until combined. That's my milk. I'm going to put my vanilla. And then I'm going to put my 1/2 cup of butter. Yeah, I can go ahead and do this. Okay, then I'm going to mix this in with my dry ingredients. I haven't cooked anything in a long time. This is going to be lumpy. You just want to mix it until combined. You don't need a hand mixer. You don't need a stand mixer. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix together my streusel topping. And this is the consistency that you want. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to fold my blueberries in shortly. First, I'm going to put my 1/4 cup of flour. You're going to need a pastry cutter for this. I'm going to put my 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. I put my cinnamon in with my brown sugar. And that is 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to put my 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And I've got my pastry cutter. Let me mix that up just a little bit. And I'm going to put my 2 tablespoons of butter and cut it in there with my pastry cutter. And then I'll set that aside. I've never made these before. My husband used to buy them at the store all the time. We've been together 37 years. And he'd always, I didn't like blueberry muffins. And he'd say, "Do you want a muffin?" And I'd be like, "No, I don't want a muffin." And he couldn't believe I wanted to make them. But I've had a taste for them. I think they'll be better homemade. Okay. You need 2 tablespoons of cold butter. And then you're going to cut that in there. And you're just going to cut it in there until it's crumbly. I probably should have cut that up better. Yep, I should have. Let me get this together. Okay, the best way I found to get the topping crumbled up like that was to use my hand. I tried the pastry cutter, and then I got a fork and tried it, and it just wasn't working, so I used my hands. I should have put my hair up. Okay, now I'm going to take my batter, and I'm going to fold my blueberries in. It's 2 cups. You can use a pint of fresh blueberries or a pint of frozen. And all I had was frozen. But if they're frozen, you just want to thaw them out. I thawed them out in the refrigerator. Okay, so now I have my muffin mix and I have my streusel topping ready. You're going to want a tablespoon to drizzle over your muffins. Let me get another one out too. I can use this to fill this up. And it didn't say how much to fill it, so I'm going to eyeball it. And when I get these filled, I'll come back so I don't bore you to death. Okay, I have my muffin pans filled. And I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to spoon about a tablespoon each on top. Can you see these? You can see them. And it says, I'm going to have to start my oven over. Whenever you preheat your oven, if you wait till it immediately gets to the temperature that you're cooking on, for instance, 400, you need to let it stay there for 10 to 15 minutes so your temperature is accurate. Okay. And then it says to fill them up and bake 18 to 20 minutes on 400. And I'm going to put these in and I'll show them to you when they come out. Okay, my muffins have been in the oven for 13 minutes. And like I said, I told you to cook them for 18 minutes. It says 18 to 22 minutes or until you press down in the center of the muffin and it bounces back. So I'm going to wait till my 18-minute mark and I'm going to do that. My muffins have been in for 22 minutes. I'm going to get them out. And then you let them cool for a few minutes before you take them out of the muffin pan. And they are. They're pretty. I'm going to let them cool for a minute before I take them out. I'm going to taste one with y'all. I'll be back. Okay, took one out. You can see the middle of it. Looks pretty. The streusel topping is really good. It's a lot better. I started to omit the cinnamon, but I'm glad I didn't. It's a really good muffin. Now you can put these in an airtight container and they keep for up to 4 days. If you try this recipe, I'd appreciate you letting me know. If you hadn't subscribed yet to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload a video. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all my old ones. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.